Hello everyone, this is the Final Bosman, and on today's episode, we're enlisting in the war. Come on, it'll be fun! Let's get started. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and you and I are in the thick of it. This console war. Curse this war. How long must it last? How many lives must be lost? Oh, zero. 0 lives, because I guess it's not actually a war. I guess what I find funny about the console wars is I don't think they need to exist. For example, look at this game trailer's chart that was used with semi-accurate numbers. They're pretty close. It looks like the Wii won the last gen's console wars, right? But nobody considers them the winner of console wars. They're like, oh no, it's still Xbox because of software sales. What I see in that chart is that 3 companies sold a lot of video game systems. So today's list is the top 4 people who lose in a console war. Let's get it started! This is the console war, baby! Look at this! Next gen showdown! Hold on to your pants cause they're about to get blown off! The first person who loses in a console war is Marbo Gurp, confused mother. So console wars, I think, exist on the basis that we can't buy as many video game consoles as we want to. I truly believe that if we could all go to Subway and order a video game console for $5, that there would be no console wars, and the internet would be a more peaceful place. But they're not $5, and for good reason. But what console wars do is they make a right console and a wrong console. They make a wrong decision when buying a video game console, when the truth is they're both going to be fun. But consider poor Marbo Gurp, who's going to a game store, and the game and store employee, he's like, this one's gonna be the best for your kids. And she takes that home, and her kids say, no, Mom! This is not the good console! You got us the bad one! Sorry, Marbo! You should have gone to Digital Foundry and looked at their analyses on which console has 1080p. That's the good one, Mom! So long! We're going to Hawaii to live with Dad! Goodbye! Door slams! Marbo sits in her chair and mopes into a newspaper because it's the only smart thing in her life now! The second person who loses in a console war is Harvel Rilk, angry person on message board. So I actually kind of have an understanding of angry internet people now. And that happened because I was reading an ESPN article one day, and I should explain this about myself. A lot of times I'll read comment sections on stories I don't necessarily care about, but I care about what those people who do care about say. It's a weird thing. And then in this case, it was ESPN, and they were saying, hey everybody, you're all awful. You say horrible things at the bottom of our news stories. So what we're doing is we're gonna make our comments not anonymous anymore. You have to connect via Facebook and your name will be next to every comment you make. And there was an uproar over this. People were mad that they couldn't shout vile, spiteful things about sports teams they don't like. And I was like, how could these people possibly defend themselves? And so I read down and I saw one comment that was actually sort of enlightening. There was a person who said, hey, look, we all have miserable lives, okay? And so we go home, and this is a place where we can just vent about sports, and it can be harmless here. And I don't agree with that person, but it was kind of like eye-opening. I finally understood that person. It's just a nice place to like let off steam, I guess, the internet. And so with Harvel Rilk, he just wants to let off his steam because we all have normal bad lives and this is a place to do it. Whatever, Harvel, I get it. But in a console war, Harvel picks a side. And this is the most dangerous thing for Harvel's life because he dedicates himself to the side of a console war. And unlike a country or a cause, Harvel sides with a video game console, a thing, a product that is designed to make money. Harvel invests his personal worth in this company. He associates himself with this company. And so when that company makes a dumb decision, and which they all do, it's inevitable, every single company in the world makes a dumb decision, Harvell feels personally like he has to defend that company. So when Harvell's favorite video game company says, "We are proud to announce that all of our future video games will feature a digitized version of Russell Crowe," Harvell's on the message boards. He's saying, "This is a great decision. Russell Crowe is a dynamic actor. He's going to make every video game better." And because Harvell is so personally invested in this video game company, Harvell is probably not thinking as rationally as someone who is not invested in either of these two consoles or in a console war. And poor Harvell's got to click send on all those message posts. Come on, Harvell. The third person who loses in a console war is Gibby Campini, Harvell Rilke's best friend. These are all made up names, by the way. The console wars not only create this right console and wrong console, but they create a type of person. Like a this kind of person and a this kind of person. If you like the PlayStation 3, you're this kind of person. If you like the Xbox 360, you're this kind of person. If you like Nintendo, shut up. I don't believe in that. I think that the more people I meet in real life, the less I think that there's any type of any kind of person. Different people like different things, and same people like different things, and different people like same things. And so you should never let a console, a product that you like, be the type of person you are. But that's what happens during a console war. And poor Gibby Campini, best friends with Harvell since second grade, wanted a different console than Harvell. And Harvell thinks less of poor Gibby now. And Gibby says, "Come on, Harvell. I mean, it's a video game console. You don't honestly." "Yes, I do. I see you playing that console. You are a heathen." Harvell, I don't have time for this. The fourth person who loses the most in a console war is Kyle Bosman, host of Weird Internet Show. I think this sort of weird thing in games media where any comment on one also seems like it's a comment on the other. So if one was to say, the PlayStation 4 has 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM, someone says, "Is that better than the Xbox One? Is that a better number? Is that more?" Like, I guess. If one says, "Here are the Xbox One's launch lineup," someone says, "Okay, but is that the best launch lineup? Who has that? Dreamcast? I don't know." And so, I mean, it even extends to that. Those are actually pretty apt direct comparisons. If you say, "Hey, I think the PS4 is great," that somehow also means the Xbox One sucks. So I have this weekly show on one of the top 30 websites for video game videos. But console wars give me this sort of unwanted responsibility to not hurt feelings. I feel like every time I make fun of one company, somebody feels bad, someone who's personally invested feels bad, and also it looks like I'm just in the pocket of this other company, which isn't the case. I'm just a dumb guy with a dumb show on the dumb internet. Don't take any of that personally. I want to talk about two consoles. I do actually like directly comparing them. I think there is value to that, but I also think there should be more. You know, I'd love to talk about one of these consoles singularly without it meaning something about the other console. I'd like to talk about Dead Rising 3 without it being a discussion about the Xbox One and how much it's gonna suck and the PS4 is gonna rule. I'd like to talk about Nintendo. I'd like to talk about other things outside of these consoles. And console wars is not about that. So the end, yes, I think that console wars are silly. I think they're fun, but I think they're silly. And honestly, I wish that we saved the word war for when it means war. Because war is a heavy word. And I wish that we only used it for that one way and then it would mean that one thing. It wouldn't get diluted all over the place when we use it in other ways. So that when someone says, "Well, I'm declaring a war on drugs," that sounds as absurd as it should. Wars are wars. For an alternative in the future, I'm going to think of them as video game championships. Because, yes, someone will win and someone will win less, but everyone there is good. Everyone there is competing. And, yes, you can root for one team, but you're still there for the love of the game. And we can all just band together and laugh at what a dumb idea the Ouya was. Gotcha. Anyway, that is the episode for this week. If you want to find me on Twitter, I am at Kyle Bosman. I will be back here next Wednesday. I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Come on, Gibby. How could you pick that console? And Gibby says, we are best friends. We have been best friends since 2nd grade. And Harvell says, well, not anymore, because you are that kind of person. And Gibby says, what? I'm the same kind of person that's been friends with you since forever. Come on. And Harvell just says, get out of my homeroom. And Gibby says, I'm assigned to this homeroom. We take attendance every morning. I can't live with you anymore. You like that console? Yours is for idiots. Mine is for lovely angels. Stop it, Harvell. That makes no sense. I'm riding a motorcycle. You're riding a donkey. Harvell, please, listen. You know I'm going through some hard times right now because my parents are fighting. Well, now I'm fighting with you. Harvell, I'm gonna punch you in the nose. Bring it on. It won't hurt because you like that video game console. Oh yeah? Bop, punk, knockout, goes to the principal's office, gets suspended, has to stay at home, and never returns to school again.